Okay, now moving on to examples of question analysis and introduction construction. So first thing to say, when we look at this question, it is asking the candidate or essay writer to give a specific argument and a measurement. And what I mean by that is, it reads, to what extent do you agree with the statement? So it's looking for a measurement. It's looking for an amount, which then can be argued for. The statement is, mastering study skills is essential to academic success. So in terms of the analysis, it's probably worth thinking about what that means, and it's to break that down somewhat. So it's to say you need study skills in order to be academically successful. To what extent do you really need to master study skills in order to be academically successful as an undergraduate? So that would be something of your question analysis. It's looking for an amount, and it's looking an amount of agreement that you need study skills to be successful. So in the introduction, the first element, the first two sentences revisit that question, rehash that question. And it says, to a large extent, so there you have a measurement of extent, the mastering of study skills is essential for academic success. So agreeing with the statement to a large extent. The comprehensive understanding of content can only be achieved through well-honed study techniques. In other words, it's supporting that initial statement with another statement. Then goes on to talk about the areas, the topics it's going to consider in the order in which those topics will run. And by implication, at least, showing how these topics will support the main claim that it is to a large extent that you need these skills to succeed. So it first says, it will be argued here that the ability to make effective notes from a lecture or written source is essential to understanding a topic. So it's saying the first thing we're going to talk about, the first paragraph, what we are going to do first is this. The next is that without good time management and organization, the workload of the quality of without management of the workload, the quality of submission may suffer. Okay, so you can see our signpost is saying the next paragraph is going to be about time management and organization of work and how important that also is in going together. And then it says, lastly, the importance of planning, drafting, and editing will be considered. So you've got the three elements, the three paragraphs it is looking to go into. And now if we look at the three paragraphs at the body of the text, just briefly, I know these are getting to be quite small. Don't worry if you can't see the actual word, it's the shape that I'm interested in. So you can see here that each paragraph, first of all, has a topic sentence. That is, we'll give it red here, it introduces the topic of that paragraph. Active reading, effective note-taking are vitally important study skills. What's this paragraph about? It's about effective reading and effective note-taking. The next paragraph is introduced by the topic sentence. The ability, okay, can you write that down? The ability to plan and organise time are also essential to academic success. Can you see how each topic is being introduced as we go through? The last paragraph is introduced by the sentence, to fail to plan with submitted essay assignments is to plan to fail, which looks at the planning process of the essay writing and the technique involved. You can see next in each paragraph is a series of supporting statements, statements that support the initial introduction. And I'm going to color those in blue here. Oh no, I'm not going to color those in blue. That was a bit probably too strong. About that blue. Okay. So here it says, after the topic sentence of active reading and effective note taking are vitally important study skills, it says interpreting the meanings behind what is either spoken or written on the page by putting it into your own words, places the material within your own understanding. For example, actively reading a summary of one of Freud's case studies, noting down the key points and relating it to the demands of the question are very important in gaining understanding. Okay, so examples, breaking down what is meant, explanation, analysis is what is contained within that. Again, if you look at the paragraph below, this does a similar element of support. So topic sentence, the ability to plan and organize time are also essential to academic success. So to support that, it is important that sufficient time is allocated to the specific task or project. If you are studying for an exam, it is important to revise little and often, giving pauses, scheduling self-testing so you can check your own understanding. Essays and research papers need careful consideration, and the process of researching needs time allocated. So that supports what is said in that topic sentence. It gives evidence, it analyses that initial thought. The last paragraph, which starts to fail to plan with submitted essay assignments is to plan to fail. It then supports that by saying, not even the brightest of students get it right first time. Building in the time to create a detailed plan for a piece of extended writing, being prepared to draft and redraft work, not only looking for spelling and grammar issues, but whether the sequence of points made supports the argument, whether the sentences or paragraphs are constructed correctly, and whether you have been effective in evaluation and analysis. Again, emphasizing the point, I'm sure you're hopefully getting it by now, that it is about supporting that topic sentence, supporting that is introduced. And just swimming around to that last point, so you can see the last sentence sums up what the sentence has said before, the sentences have expressed before, whilst linking back to the main argument within the question. So here, active reading and note-taking are the building blocks, not only to understand the material, but to planning, drafting, and editing, so important to the quality of the final draft. So what this does is it summarizes and draws together its importance with another factor. There is a comparison being made. The combination of elements is being indicated. The next paragraph says, for academic tasks of all forms, time management is needed to allocate the time needed to plan and complete the work successfully. So again, it links, it makes a comparison, it's pulling together two different points within the essay. And the last one, it says, this in turn depends on success of active reading strategy, note-taking from both depth of understanding and material and ability to accurately reference. So it makes the link from internal to it is making a comparison. It is evaluation. The conclusion, as indicated, simply rehashes what it said. So it comes back, it says, look, this is to a large extent. It says active reading, therefore it says time management, therefore, and then it talks about planning, drafting and editing. Okay, if you'd like, we'll take a pause here and I'll set up the next video.